There's an old sci-fi trope that whenever a character gets trapped by a black hole, they get spat out in another universe, or sometimes get sent back in time. But are black holes really portals to other universes? The answer is kind of yes and kind of no. To explain what I mean, we're going to have to take a journey through some really mind-bending physics. So strap in because we're about to get weird. Black holes are the strangest objects in space. They reach places where matter has been squished together so tightly that not even light can escape their gravity. And since nothing can escape a black hole, it's impossible to observe them directly. All we can do is watch the effects they have on things around them, and one of those effects is warping spacetime. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, massive objects warp the fabric of spacetime around them. The more massive an object is, the more it warps spacetime. This warping is what creates gravity. It also creates a kind of tunnel through spacetime connecting the surface of the black hole to its center. This tunnel is called a wormhole, and wormholes are mathematically predicted by general relativity as well. However, there's no evidence that any wormholes actually exist. So here's how we got from black holes to wormholes to other universes. First, let's talk about what happens when something crosses the event horizon of a black hole. The event horizon is the boundary around a black hole past which nothing can escape. Once something crosses the event horizon, it's doomed to fall into the singularity at the center of the black hole. There's no getting out. Now, imagine that something manages to poke its head through the wormhole and into the black hole. According to general relativity, it would experience something called spaghettification. As the thing approaches the singularity, it would be stretched out into a long, thin shape like spaghetti. Now, if the thing were alive, like a spaceship or a person, that wouldn't be very good. But if it were made of something that wasn't too squishy, like a metal, it could survive this process and emerge on the other side of the black hole, potentially spat out into another universe. But for this to happen, there needs to be something on the other side of the black hole for it to emerge into. This isn't possible in our universe because our universe is only 380,000 light-years wide. If you tried to poke your head through a black hole, you wouldn't find anything on the other side. You'd find the singularity, a place where space-time itself breaks down and anything that enters it is destroyed. But what if there were other universes next to ours, just out of our observable range? What if the edge of our observable universe was the equivalent of poking your head through a black hole? That would mean there were other universes beyond the ones we could see. And then we need to stretch our definition of universe to include all of those other invisible parts. We don't currently have any evidence of other universes, so we can't say for sure that black holes lead to them. But we can't rule it out either. That may seem disappointing, but it's actually pretty exciting. It means that if we want to find other universes, we should look for signs of them near black holes. In 2022, researchers found what might be evidence of another universe near a black hole. They were looking at data from the Hubble Space Telescope when they noticed a bright blip coming from one of the black holes they were observing. They don't know what caused this blip, but they speculate that it might have come from another universe. Now, this isn't the first time researchers have claimed to see a glimpse of another universe near a black hole. In 2015, researchers said they had spotted a black hole that seemed to be leaking particles from another dimension. But both of these observations could also be explained by phenomena within our own universe. Until we can observe these things directly, we won't be able to say for sure if they're evidence of other universes. But let's assume for a moment that they are. If black holes really are portals to other universes, it would raise a lot of questions. Like, are these other universes copies of ours? Not, how are they different? If they are different, what does that say about our universe? How many other universes are there? Are we the only one with life? These are all really big questions, and unfortunately, they're all questions we can't answer right now. The idea of black holes being portals to other universes comes from theories in physics that attempt to reconcile general relativity with quantum mechanics. Currently, these two theories don't work together very well. Physicists are hoping to develop a new theory that unifies them, which would explain how black holes work. Until then, we won't know for sure if black holes are portals to other universes. But even if they're not, that doesn't mean they're not portals. In 2023, researchers proposed a new model for how black holes work that involves portals, but not the kind that lead to other universes. In this model, black holes have two event horizons. The inner one is the usual one that we've talked about. The outer one is called an ergosphere. Its ergosphere can trap things like light and matter, but it can also trap information. This information is normally lost when something falls into a black hole, but in this model, it's sent through a portal on the inner horizon, meaning that nothing truly gets lost in a black hole. Unfortunately, this model requires some exotic physics that we haven't discovered yet. But if it turns out to be correct, it would solve one of the biggest problems in physics today: the conflict between general relativity and quantum mechanics. Either way, the truth is that black holes are some of the most mysterious objects in the universe. We still have a lot to learn about them, but hopefully one day we'll unravel all of their secrets. And who knows, maybe one day we'll even find a way to use them to travel to other universes. That would certainly make a great sci-fi movie. Hey, did you know that there's a place where you can learn math for free? It's called Brilliant, and it's a website and app built around active learning. They offer thousands of lessons in math, data science, computer science, and more. The cool thing about Brilliant is that, instead of just memorizing formulas, you actually get to build your skills by doing with interactive modules that challenge you to think critically and creatively. For example, this module asks you to calculate the force needed to move an object across a surface. You start off slow and easy, then they gradually introduce more variables like friction, mass, and speed. By the end, you'll have a good, intuitive understanding of Newton's laws of motion. They also have modules on calculus, differential equations, and more advanced topics like linear algebra and real analysis. Whether you're in high school or you're already in college, Brilliant has something for you. Plus, they're adding new content every month, so what are you waiting for? Go to the website or click the link in the description below to sign up for a free account. With Brilliant, you'll have fun while you learn. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks to Brilliant for supporting it.